Hi there, I'm Katie Morton. I'm an author, an intuitive, and an energy healer.
And I'm Jennifer Palmer. I'm the owner of Nourishing Journey, and I'm an energy healer and a traditional naturopath and many other things. We do all the things.
So today we wanted to talk on our podcast about the topic of faith. And we were thinking that, there are so many aspects to faith, obviously, so we have to boil it down to a few points so that you're not here all day. So we wanted to talk about the three stages of it that we've seen. So the first stage is when you're wondering, is there a higher power? Is there really a God? Which some people, they're just born knowing and they never have to wonder. I, for one, went through kind of ups and downs with it before just having so much evidence pumped down my gullet like a goose being, turned into foie gras, whatever. I can't pronounce that. Anyway, back to faith. Yeah, so much evidence. I couldn't deny my faith any longer. Then second stage is once you're fully confirmed in your faith and things are usually awesome for a really long time and you're like, oh, this God, universe, source thing is fabulous. And then you get tested. And
yes.
Yeah. We need like the needle scratching a record sound effect for that. Then the faith becomes, is everything going to be okay? Is God good? Is it going to, universe, source going to take care of you or throw you to the wolves, right?
Or throw you to the wolves and then try to rescue you.
That happens sometimes.
It seems that way.
It does seem that way. Which is kind of further faith building, I guess.
It certainly puts you in that place where you have to learn and you have to do it, and there's no choice.
Well, there's always choice, right? There's free will. So you can always just turn your back on it and be like, you know what? Screw this God, I'm taking my ball and going home. I don't know, can I say that?
Or, oh my gosh, I have no choice but just to hope that this is real and there's something to have faith in. And I know for me, that's definitely what I've done. For me, I don't think it was a choice.
Yeah, well, I've done it, I was going to say the third stage, which I've been through. I'm on my second one now. Yay! First one, so dark night of the soul. And, you just wind up with this horrible situation where you're thinking, I don't know what I'm going to do in this situation. And so you can either surrender to God and trust that everything's going to be fine and you just keep doing all the things, or you turn your back on it. So the first time I had my dark night of the soul, I had a business failure and I turned my back. I just went, you know what? I followed all the guidance and I did all the things and I was met with failure. It's broken. I'm not doing this. And now I realize in retrospect that then the universe is going to swing that dead fish around again and slap you in the face with it, and you're going to get the lesson a second time.
Back to you really don't have a choice. Your only choice is when. When are you going to learn how to do it? How are you going to learn how to have faith? But yeah.
And just surrender. It's all going to be cool. Just keep going.
They have you. They do. The universe has you. God has you.
In its clutches.
Sometimes.
Yeah,
no.
sometimes.
But really, this is what we go through. We're human beings, and we go through tough times. And I find that the universe says, okay, you passed that one. Now let's see how you do on this one. And of course, you don't go from being a newborn soul, barely learning how to handle faith, to being in mastery of it. So you get, handed down the road different tests to see, how far you can go. And they always say God only gives you what you can handle. I do believe that, but I also think that we're meant to be challenged by that. And
oh yeah, we're laughing. We have some challenges. That's all.
We're human. But I think the whole thing with spiritual living and the spiritual perspective on these things is to figure out, well, why are you being challenged, and what is the challenge exactly, and what do you need to build your faith on, and that's how we move forward from there. So
definitely. So, well, I just wanted to say with the quick note on the choices. A lot of times when we think this test is too difficult, I'm going to take the easy way out. And that might mean, depending on, your stuff, everybody has their stuff and their ways of coping and escaping. It might mean like returning to an addiction, or it might mean just deciding you're gonna, instead of like being in service to humanity, you're just gonna take like some cushy job and like waste your potential. There's different ways that we can sort of take the easy route, which, as discussed in the end, doesn't become easy. The lesson will come back around again. But let's talk about tools to help with faith, because if you're in a space where you're kind of struggling with it, or you're not sure, or you could use a little extra dose of faith, how do you get there? Jennifer, how do you get there?
How do I get there? Well, the first thing I find I have to do is to realize that anytime I have a fear that I'm facing, or I'm anxious about something, or I'm angry about something, or I feel like something just isn't quite working out the way I feel it's supposed to, and I start throwing a temper tantrum. You just have to realize that is your signal. That's a signal that you're not in that faith space. You're not in that place where you're trusting that everything is happening for your highest good in one way or another. So the first thing is to recognize, I feel, that there is an issue, that you aren't being victimized by the universe, that there is something beautiful happening that you just aren't seeing. And then I jump to prayer. God, please help me. Help me. Hello? Anybody out there? And in that process, remembering that you do have the power and to move forward, and even just the power of getting into prayer is a form of surrender. To basically reconcile the fact that we like to think that we're in control, but maybe we really aren't as in control as we like to think we are on this 3D level. There's a higher version of us that seems to be in control. But we, here in this 3D, where we're acting out something that we've planned, and the challenges that we have faced, have all been a part of that. So it's calling out to that higher power, trying to remind ourselves of why we're doing this, why we're going through it.
Yeah, definitely. When I would say I could use work on prayer, because my default mode is to go to meditation and asking for guidance, as opposed to, because prayer is really useful for kind of just, fostering that connection and asking for things. Like, it's okay to ask for things. I'm not always that great about asking for things. But I like to just sort of get in the meditative state so I can hear. What am I supposed to do next? Because when I'm tossed that faith challenge, it's like, all right, tell me what to do, and I'll do it. Help me get out of this. Yeah. But nothing grows stronger without challenge. So your faith needs to grow stronger as a soul. You need to have more and more faith in whatever that is out there, whatever the universe, God, the creator is. That is our challenge as a spiritual person, to have that faith and to grow it. And nothing grows without challenge. So true. Unfortunately true. We don't grow when everything's super easy.
Yeah.
No, we just kind of sit around.
Usually,
yeah. Then let's see. My favorite, when you're really just thinking, I think I've been led astray. I don't believe this. I don't know. You're really just floundering. Ask for signs. And so mine is this morning I asked for a sign and the lights flickered, because that's like one of my signs that, there's something else out there. The lights seem to flicker at just the right time. For other people, I know it's symbols, or, certain animals, like they'll see an animal over and over again.
That happened to me.
Which animal was it?
Well, when I was contemplating the whole idea of expanding Nourishing Journey, my wellness center, I started seeing frogs and toads everywhere, and they would just leap away. So it was like this leaping, take the leap, was kind of what I felt like it kept telling me. But yeah, so animal signs, that's a big one.
And you can always look up animal symbols online. You can look up and see what each animal means, because they all have meanings. You'd be surprised.
And it makes sense when you look it up. You're just like, oh, yeah, I get it. Thank you.
Totally, yeah. Yeah, and always say thank you.
Yeah.
For whatever guidance, whatever signs you get. It's just good karma.
And even the challenges.
And even the challenges. It's amazing karma. We can say thank you for those.
Maybe our next one should be on gratitude.
I think so. Stay tuned for more.
Absolutely.
All right. Over and out. Have a great day.
Yeah, thanks guys. Thanks so much for watching.
Bye.
Bye.